PIP benefits. Shockwave, unlock thousands in hidden freebies and discounts this September 11th. If you or someone you love is currently receiving personal independence payment, better known as PIP, then what I'm about to share with you could be a complete game changer for your finances. Most people think of PIP as just a regular payment that arrives each month to provide some extra support for those living with long-term health conditions or disabilities. But what many don't realize is that PIP is not just money on its own, it is actually a golden key, one that unlocks an incredible range of hidden benefits, discounts, and freebies that could be worth thousands of pounds every single year. The surprising truth is that September 11th is a very important date this year because a whole new round of schemes, support programs, and discount opportunities are opening up right now. And if you don't know about them, you could be missing out on money that should be in your pocket. That's why this video is going to break it all down in detail, in simple language, and in a way that will help you or your loved ones take full advantage. Let's start with the reality that so many people across the UK are struggling with the cost of living crisis. Prices of food, fuel, and utilities remain stubbornly high, and many families are being forced to make painful choices just to get by. If you're on PIP, life can already feel challenging enough without the added pressure of rising costs. But here's the silver lining. Simply having PIP entitles you to a whole range of extra support that the majority of claimants sadly never tap into. Research has shown that huge numbers of people fail to claim the additional perks they're eligible for, either because they don't know they exist or they assume they won't qualify. The reality is very different. If you are on PIP, there are travel passes, energy bill discounts, grants, leisure discounts, and even special shopping perks just waiting for you to claim them. And in total, they can add up to thousands of pounds in value every year. Let's paint a picture of what this actually looks like in real life. Imagine you're a PIP claimant who needs to get around town on a regular basis. Normally, you'd be spending hundreds of pounds a year on bus fares or train tickets, but with the right application, you could have access to a free or heavily discounted bus pass, and in some areas, reduced train travel too. Suddenly, that's money you no longer have to spend just to go to hospital appointments, visit family, or commute to work. Add to this the Blue Badge scheme, which not only gives you closer and easier access to essential locations, but also saves you a fortune on parking charges. And for those who rely on a car, the Motability scheme could change everything. By exchanging the mobility component of PIP, you could lease a brand new car, scooter, or powered wheelchair with insurance, breakdown cover, servicing, and maintenance all included. That alone is worth thousands of pounds in savings every single year. When you add that to the practical independence it gives you, the benefit is huge. Now think about one of the biggest headaches in 2025, energy bills. Even though prices have calmed down a little compared to the peak of the crisis, bills remain far higher than they were just a few years ago. For people on fixed incomes, this is an enormous burden, but being on PIP could qualify you for the Warm Home discount, a £150 rebate that gets applied straight to your electricity bill. That's money you don't have to find when times are tight. On top of that, energy providers maintain what's called a Priority Services Register. Signing up can give you additional protections, such as advance notice of planned power cuts, priority support if there's an emergency, and even extra help to make sure your home is energy efficient. Water companies also step up through schemes like WaterSure, which can dramatically reduce your water bill if you use more due to medical needs. These hidden support schemes are not talked about enough, but when you put them together, they can cut hundreds of pounds from your bills each year. And it's not just about utilities. Day-to-day spending can also be reduced if you know where to look. For example, having PIP makes you eligible for the CEA card, which means that when you go to the cinema, your carer or companion can go absolutely free. Over time, that could mean hundreds of pounds saved on nights out and family activities. Local councils often run discount schemes for gyms, swimming pools, and leisure centers, meaning you can keep fit and enjoy social activities at a fraction of the normal cost. And some large retailers provide shopping discounts to those on disability benefits. Pair that with the fact that charities sometimes step in with vouchers for clothing, furniture, or household goods, and suddenly the everyday essentials don't feel quite as overwhelming to afford. Add up those small but consistent savings and you start to see just how powerful these hidden perks can be. But the benefits go beyond discounts. There is also hard cash support available that many PIP claimants don't realize they qualify for. Because receiving PIP often acts as a gateway, it can mean you're automatically entitled to extra money on other benefits. For example, you might get additional amounts added to universal credit, employment and support allowance, or pension credit. These extra premiums can add up to hundreds of pounds a month, money that makes a massive difference over the course of a year. Councils also frequently offer hardship grants, often restarting their programs in September as new budgets are allocated. These grants can provide one-off payments or vouchers to help with things like food, energy, or clothing. Charities too play a huge role, offering grants that can range from a few £100 to well over £1,000 for things like laptops, mobility aids, or essential household items. Best of all, these grants don't need to be repaid. They are yours to keep, and they are there specifically to make life easier. There are also smaller but incredibly valuable perks that get overlooked. Free NHS prescriptions, free dental treatment, and free eye tests are all available if you're on PP and meet certain income requirements. If you qualify for the enhanced mobility rate, you could be entitled to free road tax, saving hundreds each year. For those who are blind or severely sight impaired, a 50% discount on the TV license is available, and many broadband and mobile providers now run special low-cost tariffs for people on disability benefits, meaning your monthly bills could be significantly reduced. Each of these may seem small on its own, but together they add up to hundreds or even thousands of pounds in savings every year. This brings us to the importance of September 11th. Why does this date matter so much? Because it marks the period when many of these schemes reset or reopen for applications. Energy companies update their warm home discount list, councils refresh their hardship funds, charities release new funding pots for autumn and winter. These schemes are often limited, running on a first-come, first-served basis, which means that applying early is absolutely crucial. By acting right around September 11th, you're putting yourself at the front of the line and maximizing your chances of securing all the support you're entitled to. Now, you might be wondering how to actually claim these benefits. The truth is, it's not as complicated as it sounds, but it does require a bit of action. Start by checking your local council's website for details about hardship funds, welfare support, or disability assistance programs. Next, contact your energy and water providers to ask specifically about discounts, rebates, or priority registers available for PIP claimants. Look into national schemes such as the Blue Badge, Motability, and Disabled Persons Railcard to open up travel and mobility savings. Don't forget to check out grant-finding websites like Turn to Us, which list available charitable grants based on your circumstances. And finally, always ask companies directly about disability discounts. You'd be surprised how many organizations offer concessions that they don't publicly advertise. If you found this information helpful, then make sure you take a few minutes today to explore these opportunities for yourself or for someone you care about. Share this knowledge with friends, family, or anyone you know on PIP, because together we can make sure no one loses out on the financial help they deserve. And if you want more updates like this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss the latest news on benefits, pensions, and money-saving opportunities. The more we spread the word, the more people can benefit and the more lives we can change.